15.
This week on Popcorn Vendors, Colby and I talk about the new Han Solo movie and why did it flop,
Sequels,
prequels,
spin-offs,
and why they should be gone, and also Once Upon a Time.
and also directors. Do they choose favorites? This
Most
week.
controversial episode ever. This week on Popcorn Vendors.
Welcome everybody to Popcorn Vendors, a podcast about life and entertainment. I'm Colby.
And I'm Tim. Talk about so Colby.
I'm offended with this lineup.
Oh, yeah, this is the first.
Let me tell you a story about that.
Okay, this is the first episode we've actually outlined, and our number 2 is talk about something cool that happened in the past week, if any, aka Colby tells a story, probably.
And then there are little arrows pointing up to number 2.
Yeah.
And
he said number 2.
I did.
I'm joking. Please continue. So, has anything cool happened with you over the past 5 days that we've not seen each other?
A little bit.
Oh.
I went to the local bookstore a couple days ago.
Was it Barnes & Noble?
As if I ever do that. Yes.
I knew it. Your life is like Star Wars. It rhymes.
But I was in the adult fiction section.
Of course you were.
Yeah.
Child fiction is too childish for you. What is this, a unicorn?
No, I was. It's so fluffy.
Okay, sorry.
I was looking at the George Orwell books, like Animal Farm in 1984, and then I picked up Animal Farm. And
I
just,
read that. Yeah.
Started reading it. It was the worst thing I've ever. I didn't even get 10 pages in. But that's not the story.
Oh wait.
Okay,
wait
hold
a minute.
on.
Okay,
hold on.
Okay, you need.
You liked Animal Farm?
As a whole.
Oh my gosh.
As a whole.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Because I got maybe 8 pages in, because I can understand this because it was written a long time ago. But like the first 5 pages with them explaining characters, I was like, oh my gosh, these are so many animals, I can't even keep up. But after they were done with that, the pig started talking. His name was like Maximum or something.
Really?
I know it started with an M.
I thought his name was Snowball.
No, the pig's name started with an M for sure.
Oh.
And he was like, I am about to die. So you must carry on my legacy and show the owners who's boss. I was like, what? What is this? The pig started talking.
No, that's epic though. Like a dying legacy.
Okay.
You must carry on, son.
I didn't even know
And he's
that
a
the
pig?
animals talked.
You didn't know. What is it? Did you think the dialogue was just gonna be bah?
I thought it would have been the owners or something.
It's like,
Because
this is a nice farm, honey. The end.
I got like 5 pages in, and they were naming all the characters. I was like, oh, it's the name of the animals. They were cute names like Snowball,
Yeah.
Mittens, Fluffy.
I bet
was like,
Mittens
oh,
was the
these
kitten.
These are cute animal names. And then we're gonna cut to some scene like father and wife eating dinner. I don't know.
Yeah,
and then
his
the
father-
pig starts talking. I was like, oh.
Yeah, and the humans can understand him, I'm pretty sure. Because later in the book, the pigs and humans coming up with like a peace treaty or something.
That's so weird.
Yeah, the pigs take over, by the way.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, and the horses get dragged off to glue farms. And
That's so weird. But I was sitting there and I was reading in the little reading section where there are 2 sitting chairs. And
not 3.
all the not 1. All these moms come in and they come over to my section, kind of like they start migrating there.
And they're like, you were Mr. Lawrence in Little Women
3 years ago. You haven't changed. I was sitting there, and then they come over. I was like, oh, it makes sense, because I'm in the adult section. Why would the adults not go to the adult section? But they walk right past the section. I was like, what are they doing? And they all have purses. So they all sit down. Like, from where I'm reading Animal Farm, I can see them. They go through the adult fiction section.
Okay.
And then they sit down in, like, another sitting section. But it was, like, plastic chairs. Like, it wasn't comfortable chairs.
Ew.
And I was sitting in a real, like, plush chair. So it's great. And then they all sit around, well, not in a circle, but in like a half circle.
Semicircle.
And then at the same time, they all open up their purses and bring out some yarn and they start knitting. I'm serious.
My mind is blown.
In Barnes & Noble.
Women knitting. What will they think of next? Men chopping down trees?
No, stop. We were in a bookstore. They were like Pride and Prejudicing things up. I don't even. Wow.
Maybe they just had kids and were like, Mom, we're gonna just read Percy Jackson over here in the kids section because we're kids. You go over there and knit yarn because you're old.
They gotta get away from Little Richie.
On the Dick Van Dyke Show, you gotta watch it. It's on Netflix.
That's like my favorite show.
Amen. Yes, we converted you.
So guess what? I got another story.
Oh no!
You thought it was over?
1 hour episode.
So-
What the fans always
Hey,
wanted.
that's not true. It'll be at least 2 hours. So at the importance of being earnest, we have props for Act 2. Because Act 2 is just...
Prompts to prompts.
No.
No.
Stop. There's a table.
That's what you would have said. I've studied your speeching patterns and I have picked it up. Oh, is that true? That's what you were gonna say.
How do you know what I'm about to
Say.
Oh! A mind reader. What was I saying? Oh yeah, there's a table with books on it, real books,
Mhm.
and then there's a bench, like a stone bench,
With
on
fake
the other
books on
side.
it.
No,
I'm having too much fun pretending to be you. Go on, continue.
Okay,
We
what was
need
I saying?
sponsors,
Oh
we
yeah,
need money.
the real books. I get a book thrown at me in every run, and after the book throw,
Fun.
I go on for 2 more scenes, and then I'm done. And the book thrown at me is usually a blue one, and it's classics, and it's filled with wait. Well, as long as Kim's working the store, man, we can get that fresh produce.
Sorry.
Did you get that on your mic?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I hear it.
Okay, so the book gets thrown at me, and it's usually the 2 books in one, John Grisham, and it's The Chamber and one other book. There are a lot of words on each page, like more than usual. And I've gotten a good 30 pages in to the first book, and it's pretty good. And I thought it was just this normal book that no one's ever heard of. I was like, oh, whatever. So I just typed in the book on Google.
Wait a minute. So you looked up the book and started reading the book that you got hit with?
Yeah, just like backstage.
Okay.
And I looked up the book just to see it on Goodreads. I was like, oh, I gotta finish this book. This is good
Goodreads.
stuff. And a movie shows up. And the movie has the same synopsis as the book. And then at the bottom it says, based on the book by John Grisham. I was like, what?
My mind is
Now
blown.
I got to finish the book. It's this movie that came out like the 80s. It's called The Chamber.
A good time, the girls in the 80s film, If I could only go back in time.
The Outsiders.
That's a reference. Check out episode 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
No Marsha Brady here. I thought wrong. What was I saying? Because I got 30 pages into the book. I looked it up. Oh, yeah, and it's this 80s movie, and it has like 5% on Rotten Tomatoes.
5% is bad, right?
It's pretty bad.
My
My goal is to try to finish the book, the whole book, backstage, before we take it to Irving.
Oh.
Like, that's the goal.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
I know.
And segueing from that,
Segue.
speaking of bad movies doing poorly, what are you hitting my outline? You just knocked it out of my hand.
That was totally an accident.
How you accidentally hit the outline out of my hand? Put down the ukulele, boy.
I played the guitar last episode. We don't need any more.
That Han Solo movie came out.
Wait, today?
Not today, but this past week. And
Okay. Yes?
it flopped.
Like a fish?
Yeah, like the first Star Wars movie in history to like ever flop.
Oh, so like no one went to go see it?
Barely anybody. Like on opening day, it made like $10.1 million
That's not a lot. I don't think.
for worldwide.
I don't know. Actually.
Worldwide.
Oh.
That's not good.
Yeah, because the Avengers made like $1 billion or something.
I know. Oh, so is this a sign that there are too many spin-offs and sequels?
For Star Wars, absolutely.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like in general, I feel like Hollywood isn't making very original content anymore.
I know. It's all like remakes or sequels or
Prequels
book adaptations.
or spin-offs.
Spin like a top. Pew. But Hollywood has made so many movies. Like, no wonder they're running out of ideas.
I mean, you can't run out of ideas.
I mean, you can never run out of ideas.
Yeah.
The Marvel City Universe. Well,
Like, is there a difference between like spin-offs and a franchise? Because Star Wars is being considered a franchise. It started off like a movie, just one movie.
yeah, there aren't
Then
very
it got
many.
a sequel, then it got a trilogy.
There aren't very many spin-offs in Hollywood, but there are a lot of sequels and stuff. Like for the Marvel City Universe, There's a lot of movies well.
And Netflix series.
Oh yeah, like Iron Fist, Jessica Jones.
Ooh.
I've not seen any of
Why
them.
is Iron Fist the first one you thought of? Ugh.
I know we've talked about Netflix Marvel shows before.
Yeah, we
so
have.
I won't get into it too much. But the Marvel universe, I'm kind of getting sick of it. I haven't even seen the new Avengers. I don't even want to.
Yeah, and I saw the trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp, and when I first saw it, I'm like, you know what? I'm really pumped to see this. And now I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, there's another superhero movie.
I haven't even seen the trailer for it. I saw the trailer for that animated Spider-Man movie coming out.
Oh, like the Spidey world. There's how many are there?
How many Spider-Mans are there? I understand that because there are some really good like animated Batman movies, like The Killing Joke and stuff like that.
Oh no,
But-
that's like stupid.
But like for
That's rated R. We don't
watch
rated R
we
movies
don't watch
aren't
rated R
good.
movies. But
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of Marvel movies. They're all kind of the same because I saw
Yeah.
like the 3 Iron Man movies back to back.
Really?
Like not all on the same day, but like one like a week. So it's like pretty much back to back.
Uh-huh.
And they were all good. I was like, yeah, this is great because those are the first Marvel movies I saw. And then I saw like all the Spider-Mans and then all the Batmans. Oh, that's not even Marvel.
Yeah.
Just superhero movies in general, I guess. Because, you know, the Batman movies, there are so many of them. What else is... Batman versus Superman, I saw Man of Steel, but I didn't like it.
Yeah. Then they just launched a whole cinematic universe off that
I know.
mediocre movie.
Although, I did like Justice League. Like, Justice League is like one of the only superhero movies that I've liked.
Oh, speaking of which, you mind if I backtrack a little bit here?
You'd go for it.
Okay, the Han Solo movie, even though it like flopped, it is my favorite Star Wars movie that Disney has made.
That Disney has made?
Yeah, so I think it's better than The Force Awakens, Last Jedi.
I thought
Rogue
The
One.
Last Jedi came out in the 80s. Am I wrong?
That's The Return of the Jedi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Soon they're just gonna make Star Wars movies called Star Wars Jedi 9.
Oh. It's kind of sad, but I kind of happy that Solo flopped.
I know, because
because-
they gotta stop.
Because I feel like they're making money too easily.
Did you know?
Because I'm not going to feel sorry for Disney. Because they just came out with Infinity War. You're okay.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, did you know that The Flash, like the TV show, they've like had contracts to go until at least season 7. Who would watch that till season 7? And Arrow is still going. Like they're in like season 8 or something. I don't even know. I saw the first 5 episodes. I was like, this is good. We're done.
Right.
Like, who even still watches the superhero shows?
Apparently people still do. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it.
Well, I'm watching Supergirl right now. I'm on episode 6, I think. I'll probably get caught up because there are only like 2 seasons or 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'll probably get sick of it sooner or later.
Also, do you remember that Once Upon a Time series that we used to love? Like, we'd always...
Yeah, they got their own spin-off season and then they canceled it. Yeah,
because they kept on going too long. They wouldn't take the sides. Like, it's dead, guys. You run it into the ground. It's over. Frozen killed it.
Hey, Frozen was my favorite season. Season 4 was the best one.
No, it wasn't.
It so was.
Okay, then fine. Season 5 killed it.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah.
Because I stopped watching season 5.
Yeah, same here. Truth be told, it should have only lasted 3 seasons at most.
I know, and it would leave people wanting more.
Right,
Like,
which
have you
is
heard of-
what you want.
Have you heard of Firefly? I don't know.
I've heard of it.
Okay,
yeah.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it, but I know it's like infamously known for being so good, but only having 1 season. So all the fans are
Oh.
like, "We need more." Yeah, and same for like Freaks and Geeks.
Listen,
That had
kid.
one season
Listen, kid. We're done. Okay.
Yeah, shows or movies or songs that leave you wanting more are the best ones.
Exactly. Did you see season 7 of Once Upon a Time?
I stopped at season 5. I'm pretty sure we talked about this on the podcast before. I don't know. Because Merida or Meredith, the girl from Brave, she came in, and I was not the biggest fan of her. And then I don't even know what I couldn't even tell you what happened in season 5. So I was like, okay,
Hades.
we're done.
Hades. They all
Yeah.
went to the underworld.
Yeah, Captain Hook went to the underworld.
Along
And
with
he
the rest
died, but he didn't for the 10th time in a row, guys.
They end up getting married. Emma Swan and Captain Hook.
That's so weird. Hey, do you know if Rumpelstiltskin and Belle ever got together? You don't know? I
don't
have
know. No, I have no idea.
Because it was on and off the whole time, but I felt so bad for Belle because Mr. Gold was just so, like, every episode I'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What is he doing?
Right.
And
Like,
then
and
he'd
then
just
he
go
finally
around.
turned good, like, halfway through season 5. It's season 5 finale.
But
It's
at
like,
that point, it was too late.
yeah, but he was like, you know what? I know I went all good and heroized and everything, but what the heck? I'm bad again. Writers, don't you just love them?
You have been fooled.
Well, I guess we can segue into our topic number dos. Is it all right for a theater director to show favoritism when casting?
And if not, why?
Yeah. What do you think?
This is a scary topic. I'm gonna have you start.
Uh-oh. Why is this scary? Are you afraid somebody will listen?
Go ahead. You can start.
Well, it's almost like prejudice, isn't it? If you're showing favoritism when casting, it's almost like the other people don't have a fair chance, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Colby is actually afraid to talk about this.
I am. I think.
He's shivering now. There's sweat going down his temple.
I think there are good actors in a theater.
Well,
And then
we're
I
not
think-
talking about in our theater.
I think there are actors that deserve a chance. Hey, I'm talking about any theater.
Yeah.
Like, I know this one theater, and it's a lot like ours, and like the same people get the main roles like all the time. And I'm sure it's like that in other theaters.
If you think about it, some people might not like this, but maybe there's a reason they're getting the main roles. Maybe they're the best ones for it.
I mean, yes, but I
Yeah.
think there also comes a time when too many main roles in a row is
Ooh.
just, whew,
It's like, oh, this guy again.
yeah, this
huge-
couple again, and maybe one or two lead roles every other show is fine, but it becomes problematic when you see the same people in lead roles in back-to-back shows.
I mean,
Like that's when I get a little.
I think there's a difference between like leading roles and supporting. So if like I got leading and then I got a supporting, there's a difference.
Yeah, but we're talking about leads every
Leads.
show.
Ooh. So Colby, is that wrong?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm just
yep.
gonna go out and say yeah.
It is bad.
I think that the directors should give people a chance.
Ah.
Like the summer show last year, it
Oh.
was some new kid as the main role, and I thought he was great. I loved it.
What was the summer show?
It was Singing in the Rain.
Oh, that's
It was some kid I've never met before. It was some kid no one's ever heard of before, but he was good.
He never came back, did he?
No.
Oh.
And he didn't come back because people were bullying him. They were like,
What?
"Oh, you don't deserve the main role. I deserved the main role."
No way.
I'm pretty sure that's why I didn't come back.
Are you
Like
there's
that's what I hear.
That didn't actually
yeah,
happen.
it did happen.
Do you think there's ever a time to show favoritism when casting?
If they're perfect for a role, then yeah, totally, man. I am so down, clown. But if they're not perfect for a role and the director likes them in that role just because the director likes them, it makes me thinking. I gotta put on the thinking cap.
This is a tough question though, because
This is a tough podcast.
we're gonna get so many emails from this. Like, I know who you're talking
I
about.
will find you.
I will find Type in Colby McGar. Where does he live?
Cherry Tree Lane.
In Idaho.
Idaho. Where potatoes are made. Idaho.
I don't know much about Idaho. I wanted to contribute.
They
but
make potatoes there. Idaho.
We're sorry for any Idahotians who are listening here and are offended by his potato comment.
People often ask me why my accent is like, my name is Colby McGaw. They say, where you get that accent from? I say, Idaho.
Oh my goodness. Again, we apologize, Idaho.
To all the Idahotians.
Idahotians. And with that, this has been Popcorn Vendors. Until next time, I didn't even write down what I was supposed to say. If you would like to contact us, you can do so by emailing us at thepopcornvendorspodcast@gmail.com. I'm Tim.
And I'm Colby. Goodbye.
See ya.
I love Tim.
I love you too. Just
He's my favorite sister in town. I love Tim. He's the best sister around. I love Tim.
you got to say the best mister around. And that was episode 15. We're getting close.